guest tonight is a country singer-songwriter whose debut album is called My Stupid Life. Please welcome Brittney Spencer! Hot titties.
Hello.
Hello. You had yours, so I asked them if mine could be out a little bit too. They were like, okay, we got to keep it like TV hosts.
Yeah.
But I was like, I want mine out a little bit too.
I mean, tits make you feel powerful.
They
I like
do
it.
make you feel powerful. It's like, hello, good morning. But one, I wanted you to know, so then when they asked me when I was like, got my hosting week, and they're like, who do you want to come? I was like, oh, Brittney Spencer, you're on the top of my list. And I'm so glad you came because I didn't know you could come, so I'm so glad you came. I asked them for you.
Really?
Because I follow you on Instagram, and I was like,
I follow you too.
Oh, thank you so much. Follow back. I was so excited you're here. So your debut album, My Stupid Life, came out earlier this year. What do you want to tell people about your album? Like you as an artist and what inspired you? Like tell them everything so they can buy it. You put it on the top of the Billboard charts. We get you Grammys and stuff.
Oh my gosh. Well, first, thank you so much for having me. This is
of course.
Fun. This is my first time on like nighttime television, like just like talking and stuff. So thank you. Done like a debut in nighttime television yet, so this is like my first one, and honestly, this is cool. That's my stupid life, you know. I think with this album, I want people to know that I love music. I love country music. It taught me how to tell a story. It taught me how to connect with my own story, and this album it's a sonic spectrum. You know, I love country music, and I also love pop, and I love rock, and I love R&B, and I love. I wish good was a genre sometimes, you know? I like to thread a lot of things together, but it's all kind of held together by how I interpret country music and the storytelling tradition that it is.
So, as we are both black women, I don't know if anyone noticed, it can kind of feel scary or unsafe a lot of times to open up and let people in. So how did you overcome that when you were writing the songs for this album?
The same way I'm still trying to learn how to overcome it, I guess. I just try to be honest, you know, and I try to, anything that I do, I try to make it feel like an invitation, you know, for other people. You know, I feel like I make music for people who felt unseen, you know, or feel unseen, or feel like they just feel like they're the only ones sometimes. And so that's kind of where my storytelling comes from and how I write songs. And being a black woman in country music, I mean, honestly, like, I'm so happy to be black. I'm so happy to be a woman. I'm so happy to be in country music. And, like, it makes my experience as an artist, thank you. All of these things make my experience as a country artist way more fun, I think. Like, I have a great time. Like, being part of this moment in country music where people are just exploring and we're bringing more than our complexion, we're bringing our culture. And so that's why we're fusing a lot of things together. I just think it's fun and it's more explorative, and I think there's a lot of creativity and innovation in that. And I don't know, it's just stepping into this, knowing country music historically has kind of left us out for 100+ years. There's not really any expectation on what we should look or sound like, I guess sometimes it feels like, because you know, it's something about being like the underdog. It feels like you get to kind of have a little more fun. That's what it feels like for me sometimes. Of course, I feel the struggle of it sometimes, but mostly I'm just kind of focused on like how I don't have to live up to a status quo because no one ever really gave me one because they didn't think I would be here.
Right.
So you get to do fun things.
Yes. Like, I feel like that sometimes, like, as a performer, as a comic, and people ask me, like, you know, what it's like to be a woman in stand-up and a woman in entertainment, and kind of like, it's like when people don't have expectations of you, they get to be surprised by everything you do, which is like, well, all of this is great. Like, well, you didn't think I could do half of this, so when I'm doing all of it, it's like, damn, she good.
Yeah, you are.
Like, thank you, and you too. Because you, like, I think the other thing that's surprising to people is, like, I grew up in Georgia, right? I grew up in the South, so we always heard country music.
Yeah.
And it wasn't something that's crazy to us, and we always saw black people in country music, but not everybody saw black people in country music. And you describe your music as universal country. What does that mean?
It means I just want to have a little something for everybody, you know? I think that's why my album is the way it is. There's not one single song that sounds like another, and I kind of like it that way. That's kind of how I listen to music. You know, I feel like there's so many country artists before me that have kind of accomplished that, whether you talk about it like a Dolly or a Shania. Like, I think that's really cool, having something that everybody can kind of connect with in your discography. I think that's really cool, and that's what I want to do. I want to have fun, you know? I love country music. I'm also Black. I'm from Baltimore. You know, my grandparents are from the South, but my family moved to Baltimore, and that's a really eclectic mix anyway. You know, it's the home of Hairspray,
right.
Billie Holiday, and Toni Braxton. That's an eclectic mix, you know? And The Wire. So, like, that's just a lot of things.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, and I'm a reflection of that. And so I know I'm not the only one. And when I meet people who are kind of like me and they just like music, oftentimes they're like, yo, I listen to this genre and that genre, and they have a playlist, and it's about 2 different genres on it. And I'm like, that's how I hear music, too. And all those artists probably all like each other and listen to each other anyway. So I think we cage people into a little too much sometimes. But I don't want to be.
No, you don't want to be, because listen, if you do like a lot of different types of stuff, then when the Grammy showed up, you could be like, well, you can't just put me in one category.
Yeah.
And then I'm at the CMAs, and then I'm at the Latin Grammys, and then I'm with a K-pop band, and then it's just like, and then we do a so I'm all over the world getting awards. Now, I know we cannot talk to you without mentioning the fact that you were on Beyonce's cover of Blackbird.
Yeah. That was fun. That was
because
really,
I didn't want to get to know you, but I know everybody was in here like, ask about Beyonce. I'm like, hey.
I mean, I would too. I'd be like,
I understand.
This is cute.
Yes.
Also,
this is but like, I just want to go, did Brittney, did what Brittney did, but then also, girl, tell me about Beyonce. So it's like, I have to, because by law, I have to ask you about Beyonce. I'm so sorry. It's a law that's been passed recently. I can't.
You don't make the rules.
I don't make the rules.
I get
This is
it.
Black Twitter laws. This has nothing to do with me. So, like, how did she find you? I mean, I know I found you, but I listen to different types of music, but, like, how did she find you? Did she call you? Did she think it was a prank call? You're like, oh, tell your cousin, get off my phone. So, like, how did she find you?
I have no idea.
Go.
I have no idea. Like, I'm not just saying it. I literally don't know. I have so many questions. I already had questions in my head because, like, Beyonce's like a big sister in my head, and I be asking her questions sometimes. But, like, now I actually really have questions. Like, I don't actually know, and I think that's so cool, though. I'm just happy to be on the record. It's a beautiful record. Like, even if I wasn't on it, like, I would just be mad into it. This is a no skips, like, start to finish. Like, if it had been 20 more songs, I would listen to the whole thing over and over again. And I don't know, it's a fun time, like, to be able to be a part of that record and to, I don't know, be here talking to y'all and being able to sing a song that I love. Like, the Beatles is my second favorite band of all time, you know? And so this is really cool. It's fun, and I still wake up and I'm like, what is happening right now?
Yeah.
I'm like hearing bees. I'm like, oh, the beehive is like following me right now. I like it.
They dropping locations. They're the ones that come for everybody. But when they love you, they love you. When they don't, they don't.
They show so much love. They show so much love. And I mean, I think that's just a reflection of her, because she does the same.
Well, I do want to ask you one last question. What was the first country album that made you realize that you wanted to get into country music?
Oh, the first one.
What was the time you're just like, I could do this?
Yeah, I remember when I first got introduced to country music, I was like 14 or 15 years old. And I became a fan of it. I dived in. Like, I listened to the Chicks, and I was like, oh, snap, like, what is happening? And I, like, went on this whole journey of just listening to country music. And I feel like, I can't remember exactly which album it was. I'm always annoyed at myself for not remembering that, but it sent me on a rabbit hole. I would say the artist that made me feel like I could do it was Taylor Swift. It was something about her that made me feel like maybe I don't have to just be a fan. Maybe I can actually do this. She's poetic. She's from Pennsylvania. I'm from Maryland, and so it was something about, like, not having a twang and being able to, like, fuse poetry and storytelling, and also just being young and, like, vulnerable. It was something about that made me feel like maybe I don't have to just kind of be on the sidelines. Maybe I want to sing. I've always wanted to sing, and maybe this is giving me a little direction.
Well, I'm so happy to have you here. Now, hold on. Now, before we go, I want to give my good sis some of her flowers. Now, you're on tour with Willie Nelson and Bob Dylan this summer.
Yes. I am. I'm so excited.
Now,
that's wild.
She has opened for Reba McEntire. And I don't know if y'all know, but Black people love Reba McEntire.
We do, because of the show, yo.
Listen, one, because of the show, two, because she's literally just a white Mary J. Blige. I don't know if y'all knew that. Listen, Fancy and most of Mary J's songs, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. She's just trying to help her kids. She's trying to be a good person. She's trying to raise her own.
Not to mention the commercials.
Not to mention commercials. Listen, we love Reva. Dolly has introduced you at her show.
Yeah.
And then Maren Morris, on her record, she has you as a background vocalist, and you've collaborated with her on many occasions.
Yeah, I've sang with Maren quite a bit. I tour with her. She's amazing. Like, we met on Twitter. Like, I posted a cover of a song called Crowded Table that's in a band that she's in called The Highwomen.
Yes.
And I met them online, and then a year later, I was singing with them in front of 50,000 people. That's kind of wild.
Look at Jesus.
That's wild, man. I've been really fortunate to collab with a lot of incredible artists who are really kind and generous, and I don't know, I want to be like that too.
Sis.
Thank you.
People don't just pick up folks for fun.
Oh, I know. I don't take it for granted. That's really cool, and I don't know, I want to keep singing, and you know, and one day if I'll be in that position and I get to extend that same generosity and just invitation to be a part of something that I'm doing. So I'm excited. They've shown me a lot of what I aspire to do and be when I get to that point in my career.
I'm so happy that you came, and I want to come to one of your shows. Please invite me.
Please. You are always invited. Please
yes,
come.
and I'm bringing a bunch of people with me, a bunch of black people with me. Yes.
Yes. Turn it up.